they have their stories, and definitely my dad after Vietnam, even though he was not on the front line. Basically, he was drafted and he was in the army, but he was in the artillery unit. And when he came back and basically educated himself, he's always been a reader. He has like this 5-page thing he's given me on, basically why we shouldn't have been there. And I never really dived deep, but I have my own thinkings and thoughts surrounding veterans and stuff I had from a very young age, which again, I'm not going to go into, of supporting them. But first responders and veterans definitely, I think, are two, if you want to call them industries, or that I think like help unite us. I feel like almost everybody knows one, right? Or has known somebody that served. And my sister actually just got out of military police, so she is not going to do anything with it. It changed her mind on many levels from wanting to be a canine officer. Okay, so I looked up the statistics because the last time I looked up the whole veteran suicide thing said like 12 a day. So I was like, I haven't looked at that in a while. And I think it said, did it say as of 2025? Sorry if I don't get this correct. I think it's 17.5 a day. And that's not even, I'm sure the statistics might even be off a little bit, like it's actually more. And then it said, so I don't know how reliable these things are, it said 61% of them have committed suicide / taken their life because they weren't getting the care they needed. I was like, yep, yeah, I know about this. And so another thing that kind of just disgusts me. So that, people, is one of the reasons, if you were wondering, of my interest. It wasn't because I was a veteran or I have some horrible stories of family members, or maybe not even horrible stories, but PTSD or some sort of trauma deep in there, and that's why I'm such an advocate. But if I can help maybe influence somebody to want to stay or live another day, or kind of help give them reasons, to keep going on, I would love to help with that if I can, especially if they are living a life of, whether you want to say, I don't know, I feel like sometimes inside still live a life of pain, but it's just kind of normal for me. I've just found ways to manage it, right? And definitely emotional trauma. So if I can help in any way with the guests that I have or things that I've learned, I will gladly do that and keep doing that. So this is part of my mission work. Long story, not very short, mouthing a lot of that. So that's all on pause right now. But part of definitely hoping in our lifetime to have, to make some sort of, different types of changes, or help influence change in society and things like that. Part of that is knowing that we can create new realities. And sometimes that can sound really fantastical. I know that I did, especially when I look back to why achieving and accomplishing were such a big deal. And you'd hear people say, like Marty McFly, right, in Back to the Future, his dad's like, you can make anything. He says something like, anything is possible. I can't remember exactly what George said, even though I can remember other lines from that movie. But basically that's what he said, right? Anything is possible, because he's like taken out his book that he wrote. And you can accomplish anything. It was something like that. You can accomplish anything if you put your mind to it. Basically, that's really what he said. And so the fantastical idea, so creating life you want and believing, but believing is a huge part of it. And depending on how you were raised,